lamb. And when he finds him, he lifts him up on his shoulders, carries him back to the fold. And there's rejoicing in the town. There's rejoicing from the shepherd. And there's rejoicing in heaven. And then he says, there's also sinners who are like a woman that lost a coin. And she lost a coin right in the house. You know, some of us can be here every time the church house doors open and not be saved. Amen. But he said that it is the responsibility of the woman to light a candle and sweep the house and search until she finds it. And then he tells a third story. And he says in that story that there are some sinners who are like a boy that shook a fist of rebellion in his father's face, took part of the inheritance, and went out into a far country. And so he tells the story of the lost sheep, he tells the story of the lost coin, and then he tells the story of the lost boys to try to help these scribes and Pharisees understand how he saw sinners. Now we're at chapter 16. Y'all all right? Y'all understand what I'm talking about over here? Now we're at chapter 16. Well, in 16:1 he said, and he also, that's all, you see how it connects? And he also said to his disciples, he's been dealing with an audience of scribes and Pharisees and publicans and sinners, and the scribes and Pharisees are mad because every time Jesus gets to town, they can't get a seat for the publicans and sinners. Every time he goes out to eat, he eating with the publicans and sinners. It looked like to me he ought to go home with the good church folk. We the ones cooking the fried chicken and mashed potatoes, green beans, cornbread, green. Oh, I better quit because y'all ain't ate this morning. But it doesn't look like to me he ought to spend his time with the good folk. Can I tell you something, Leonard? Huh? Can I tell you something? If you're going to help this church, you can't always spend your time with the good folk. You're going to have to go out where some of the other folk are. Amen, amen. And so, I'm trying to hurry through this, but and so Jesus has been dealing with them. He's been dealing with the scribes, dealing with them Pharisees, been giving hope to the publicans, hope to the sinners. And he dealt with them in chapter 15. Then he turns and he also said to his disciples. So I was dealing with the publicans and sinners and all that. Now I'm dealing with us. Anybody in here? He said he also said to his disciples. So now the speech turns to us who are followers of Jesus. And I want to say something to you. All right? He says, a certain rich man. Now we're down to the story. That's just the way I do it. Some of this takes time. You can't just rush over this stuff. All right? Bible class. Thank you, brother. Not like this brother right here. He's all right. And he also said to his disciples, a certain man had a steward. And this steward was accused. There was an accusation brought against him. And the accusation was that he was wasting his goods. Brethren, all of us need to relate to the steward. Because all of us are stewards. A steward, by definition, is one who is in charge of that which belongs to another.